Dinar, what's your car payment and what car do you have?
My car payment is $700 and I drive a CLA.
Okay. All right, Chris, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
0, and I drive a Samurai Spider.
Okay. What's your car payment, Walter?
371.
Whoa, and what do you drive?
Toyota Tacoma.
Nice. Hey, Danny, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Mercedes-Benz SL, and I pay $1,200 a month for it.
Oh, shit, okay.
So as we've seen a couple car payments. So this is a kind of popular segment that I did before, so I'm gonna do it again. But I kind of like these. I kind of like just cars a lot. So hearing people's car payments just crazy with the interest rates and just with car prices kind of holding high, used cars and new cars, and sometimes even on top of sticker price. It's pretty crazy what people's payment is nowadays. Remember back then it was like 300, 400, but let me give the video a bit more of a chance to show off a couple more.
Tammy, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I don't drive. I'm a passenger princess.
She's a passenger princess. Evan, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
EQE, $400.
Ooh, for the low. Hey, Kevin, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I have a EQE 350 and my car payment is around $600.
Okay. Hey, Christian, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
$300, a Nissan Versa.
Okay.
I mean, we saw two there, the EQE. This is a Mercedes dealership, so they might have like special, I guess like financing, obviously employee discounts and everything. But even then, 400 is really nice for the EQE, full electric, whatever, SUV midsize for Mercedes. It still will be costly if anything ever goes wrong, but for the most part, if it is electric, I mean, it should be fine. So I don't think it's a bad car to get, definitely, especially if you've seen lately the EQE, EQS for Mercedes have not been doing so well sales-wise, so that might be why they might be marking them down a lot, so it might be actually a good car for, in the sense of value that you get. Sure, maintenance, if there's any issues, I'm not sure how Mercedes is with their batteries. They're kind of newer to the market compared to, like, let's say, Tesla or Rivian. They've been doing batteries longer, but I guess we'll see how they come out in terms of that. But I'll say this final guy, the Nissan Versa, I know it's not the most exciting car to have, but at a $300 car payment, that's like pre-2020 car payment prices. So he has a really nice price. It's not a fancy car, but I think it's a perfect car just for getting point A, point B.
Hey, Andy, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I have a few cars and I don't pay the payment.
Pay them off.
Yeah.
Hey Diego, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Honda Accord. It's like $450 a month.
Yeah, I mean, $450 for an Accord, again, it's not bad. Doesn't seem like maybe put a decent down payment, good interest rate, you could have about that same payment. But it's good they did a, doesn't have like a crazy car. Maybe not as exciting as we heard with some cars, maybe the EQE or something higher end. But again, sometimes you need a point A, point B car, or just be better with the financial decisions, not necessarily always getting the cheapest car, but an Accord is good, it's spacious. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with that.
What do you drive and what's your payment? Here we go. What do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive E-Class and my payment is $580.
Nice. Adam Binford, Tool Time Taylor. What do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a Chevy Silverado. I pay $811 a month.
Which Silverado?
ZR2.
Hell yeah. What do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive an Audi Q5 and that paid off.
I mean, that's always a nice thing. You can pay it off either parents or you saved up the money or you just paid it off quicker, or maybe just got like a short term like finance, 36 months, let's just say. It's always good to do that, again, because you'll pay less overall in interest. It is going to be a bigger payment because obviously if you're doing it over 36 months compared to like 60 or 72 or even some people on 84-month plans, whatever finance plans. Again, maybe she did that, or again, she maybe traded in her last car, who knows. There could be many reasons, but overall, of course, if you can always buy a car outright cash, assuming right now just with interest rates just being a bit high, it's not a bad idea either, unless of course you could somehow like invest it and make better returns on the whatever. Let's say interest rate right now is about like 6-ish% maybe for car payments. You knew maybe. So again, it's not a bad thing, but again, some people will have high car payments, as we'll see.
Hi, Shamir.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you drive and what's your payment?
Mazda 6, no payment.
Oh yeah. Carrie, what do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a GLK 350, which they don't make anymore.
Okay.
So I don't have a payment.
Pace, what do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive an EQS 450V, and I
I pay my payment in taxes because it's a demo.
Jeff, what do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive an LC 500 and I pay $1,500.
That's a big boy payment.
Yeah, I mean, 1,500 is quite a lot. I mean, I hope he enjoys it. I mean, if he's doing like 1,500 financing, that means I think you completely finance a car, because I think about like 50, 60K is about like $1,000 payment. 80, 90K is gonna be about like 1,500, I'd say. So wow, he financed the whole thing. It looks, I'm guessing it's brand new. I don't think that's a picture of the car, but the LC is a nice car overall. Looks really nice. Inside's really nice if you've ever been able to sit in one. But I don't know, this kind of gets to the point where you get to like above 1,000, even above like 600, 700. It's still pretty high. Again, 1,500, maybe he's doing really well on sales. It seems like he's wearing a nice white suit, so maybe he is, or who knows, maybe he's the sales manager there, or who knows what he does. Again, everyone's financial situation is a little bit different, so it just like kind of just depends. For some people it might seem crazy, but for him, maybe this is only a tenth of his pay. Maybe he makes $15,000 a month, so $1,500 car payment is pretty fair. Sure, there's still gas, still insurance. Him being, it doesn't look like he's too young, not early 20s or anything. Insurance shouldn't be too bad, but still, it's always things to consider. I think it's like, many people, I think when they get a car payment, they think just of the car payment. They don't think like the gas, the insurance. And I do recommend that like when you buy a car, you can actually do this, let's say, by yourself with your parents. Let's just say you still live at home. You can kind of call the insurance company, of course, with your parents' permission, or maybe with them on the line. You kind of give them the VIN of the car you plan on buying, or just like a similar like car. And that insurance company can either give you an exact number, of course, with a VIN, or you give them like a rough idea of what the car is. Let's just say you tell them a Lexus LC 500, and they'll tell you a number, and either that works for you or if it doesn't. So, I mean, that's just something to consider. And then, of course, gas too. So let's just say 1,500 for him, the car payment. Another, I don't know how many miles he puts on it, but let's just say 200 a month. And insurance, who's already at 1,700. Maybe another 100, 150 in gas per the month. He's already at 1,850. So, again, as we saw, that already went up, what, like 20% from the 1,500 at 1,850. It's just something to consider. Again, I'm not trying to bash on anyone, but I think just definitely always consider that you can have a car payment and insurance and gas. And I'm not even including in maintenance, but we'll just leave that for like a different.
Lily, what do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a 22 BMW M440i, 425.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Derek, what do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a Jetta and it's like $200.
Alex, what do you drive and what's your payment?
I drive a GLK. I don't have a payment.
Yeah, so I mean, the GLK is like an older car. That's like 2010s car around there, so for sure it's paid off. Even if you had like a 6, 7 year car loan, for sure it's paid off by now. So it's good. At least at this point, they're not trying to like get a new car. Who knows if they are, maybe, but it's good again to just sometimes have a car payment if you're right now you're in the situation of like, let's say you have a car payment, maybe pay it off once you do get to that point, whatever, a couple of years from now. Maybe hold off from buying a new car, because I feel like sometimes people feel like, oh, my car's paid off, I should get something new now. But you don't need to. I mean, once you're done with your car payment, maybe keep it away, save that $400 or $500, or who knows, maybe $1,500 as the Lexus LC guy, and use that money for something else. You don't have to, but again, just something I would recommend. And again, there's some people who'd like to spend crazy money with the cars. I myself like cars a lot, so I kind of understand when people want to spend a little more, especially that LC. Very nice car, never driven it, just sat in it once before. And again, it's a really nice car, so hopefully it's a car he really enjoys. There was the other one, the Volkswagen I want to mention, for $200 car payment. I'm guessing it's used, who knows what it is, but let's just say that a $200 car payment, I think is about like $10,000, $15,000 finance at a good rate, assuming no down. I know it's not an exciting car of a Volkswagen, I guess like a base model. I don't know if it was a Jetta, if I remember correctly, but again, sometimes you just need a point A, point B car, and you don't have to get like a beater, a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 beater where the interior is all ripped up, the paint outside is like all bad, and you get like a decent car for like $10,000, $15,000, which will hold you over for a really long. I know you still have to finance that, you still have a payment, but of course insurance and gas, but I think a $10,000, $15,000 car is really good for like a starter car, especially when you're new. You're driving, you're bound to probably scratch it, curb rash it, or whatever you might do. You're better off doing it in a cheaper car instead of like a nice Mercedes like the other girl mentioned, an M440i. That's gonna be quite expensive. You gotta replace the bumper compared to like, a $10,000, $50,000 car. Even if it's a brand, if it was mint condition, you scratched it or curb rashed it, it's like, you don't feel as bad, and if you gotta get parts, sometimes it's a little easier, cheaper, or you could even get like sometimes like used parts from other cars as well too.
What's your payment and what do you drive?
2022 Silverado High Country 969.
Hey, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Trailblazer Active and I pay $400 a month.
What's your payment and what do you drive?
Ford Focus, $0.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
$2,000 a month. I drive Chevys, of course.
Car payment and what do you drive?
$415 a month on a Chevrolet Blazer.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
Actually, I have 2 cars that I have currently paid off, and my new vehicle is a 2024 Chevy Silverado RST 3.0 diesel, and it's $935 a month.
I mean, there's a couple there already at like the 900 mark, if not the other guy at 2,000 for 2 cars. It's just, hopefully it's the car he loves. I don't know. I know lately, not even lately, it's been like, I feel like the last 10, 15, 20 years, we've seen like truck prices go up a ton. You know, back then you think like a Tacoma or even like a more bigger truck you'd get for about like 40, 50K. We're seeing a lot of cars cross that like 60, 80, if not like 100K mark for a truck, which it's pretty crazy. Again, I know for not everyone, it's not always a utility vehicle. Some people love them, just the more spacious feel, more space in the back. If you got to carry like, let's say full on 5 adults, good against for like, again, for just everyday utility. If you got to carry something, maybe you got to help someone move or whatever, which I know is not always the funnest thing, but sometimes you want to just help out your friends and everything. But as we saw some pretty high car payments. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, if your finances are fine, it's good. But I think for some people's financial situations, not always, I know you might be able to make the payment, but it's another thing when you can like afford it, which I know you can argue what does it mean to afford something. But again, you should try to comfortably be able to pay it while also like, you know, saving money, paying off any debt or whatever, school loans, whatever you might have. And again, there's nothing wrong with having a high car payment. Everyone's situation is different. I'm going to keep repeating that, but again, lower the better, so you can again save up money, whatever, buy a house or whatever you want minus save up for. Whatever that may be, it's better to do that as well sometimes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know how you guys like these. I'm going to try to just keep doing like financial videos. I kind of just like covering this. I'm not saying my finances are perfect, but I'm going to slowly, you know, just also like bring in my personal finances into this video. If you want a quick thing about me, I did have a car payment. It was about the $1,000 month price range. That's gone now. I still have the car, but I don't make that payment anymore, and I'm glad I don't have it anymore. And again, at this point now, love my car, gonna keep it. Maybe some of those people, as we saw, have their cars paid off. Maybe they love it, it's reliable. And with me, it's the same thing. My car is reliable, I love it, so I'm gonna hold on to it, and that's probably what I'd recommend. But besides that, go watch the next video, whatever it is, or whatever pops up over here. And again, till next time.